Alright, what's up guys? My name is Andre and welcome to another episode of SpeedSim.
Yeah!
And today we're going to be talking about the ProWin Hi Capa magazine. Just to go over the externals for a second, it is made of 7075T aluminum and it's billet, so it is one piece of aluminum that's been milled out. It has a polymer base plate as well as a polymer feed lip. It does weigh a little less than your standard, what is it, steel?
Who knows?
Whatever material this is, it weighs a lot less than your standard TM or even WE magazines. So you're going to be reducing a lot of weight when you transition from your regular magazines, from WE or TM to ProWins. But with the reduction in weight, you also get more money. So you're looking at about $60 a head for one of these magazines. So if you need more than one, which I purchased 4 of these, it racked up to about $250. So that's very expensive for gas pistol magazines. Rifles, on the other hand, that's what you're looking at normal cost, but
on the other hand, you also have near gas rifle capacity with that magazine.
This is very true. I get 2 full magazines on 1 green gas fills. Unlike your traditional magazine, you're lucky to even get maybe all of it.
And 2 full magazines, but each magazine, it holds how many BBs?
These ones hold 41 rounds.
Yeah.
And then they have another one that are only 30 rounders.
But that holds as much ammo in that pistol magazine as Kyle's WE GBBR mags.
Correct.
So if you're looking for an IPSC magazine that'll hold a lot of ammo, that might be your option.
So what do you think? Which one would you take to the battlefield?
I mean, if I had to pick, and if I'm running a Hi Capa, you know, Hi Capas are obviously meant to be kind of race guns, I would pick the light one.
For sure.
Now, one consideration with this, if you're running it in a variety of kit, is pouches.
Yep.
I know the regular tacos, these seem to fit no problem.
No problem.
And the extended tacos especially, these would be perfect. Totally. But on the Haley Strategic D3 like I run, these probably wouldn't fit so well in the chest-mounted pistol pouches or a lot of the traditional flap-style pistol pouches. Yeah. So you'll want to invest in some good either race gun pistol pouches that'll really hold them easily.
Which are kind of expensive.
They are, but they're very nice.
Of course.
You can invest in some tacos, which are also expensive, but will hold literally anything. Yeah, so you buy them once.
Yeah, you can literally put in a monster can in it.
Yeah, they will hold pretty much anything. You buy those ones. Yeah. So definitely recommend some tacos if you're going to get these. I recommend
Blue Force gear. I mean, Blue Force gear also will hold them.
The Blue Force gears do hold them, yeah, especially, again, the SMG pouches. Yep.
MP7/MP5 is what they...
So the pouches are a consideration, but if you have good pouches, which 2 of us do, we both love tacos, then these are a no-brainer. They don't stick that far out of the mag well on the Hi Capas either.
I would say about a ½ inch out.
So here we have a base model TM Hi Capa, no crazy extra magwell or anything, just regular old TM Hi Capa. You can see here how it fits. It is extended out a little bit, but with, obviously when it's in a holster, it's not enough to really extrude a whole ton.
No.
And if you have a flared magwell that you're used to already, it's almost gonna be flush.
Exactly.
And what I like too is that despite the lightweight, still drops free, no problem. The fit is really good.
There's a lot of questions I had on Instagram and on Facebook concerning how quickly they drop out of the magazine. They drop out, I mean, maybe it's a little slower than your traditional magazine, but there's
with less force, but I think it's no trouble. And the other nice thing, again, from you know, the perspective of playing outdoors a ton, where maybe sometimes your magazines or your magazine well gets a little mud into it, having that little bit of extra grip where you can rip and strip the magazine if need be isn't a bad thing at all.
Absolutely.
I mean, will you need to do that? Probably not, but it's a consideration.
Exactly. So when you do go and start kitting out your Hi Capas and start putting magwells on, that is something that you want to be aware of, because it can happen on the airsoft battlefield where you can't get your mag out and you need that extra grip. The 41 rounders are probably a better option than the 31 or the 31 rounders, because it's harder to strip them out, especially on some magwells where your base plate will not fit into the magwell. It will not just fit in there. You have to take that base plate out, so you won't even be able to strip it out even if you had to.
And now that's when you gotta get really creative, where you lock the slide, press the mag release, press your thumb through. That's where things get crazy.
Exactly. So it can happen on the battlefield, so just make sure you pay attention to what kind of magwells you're buying, as well as magazines. So I had a lot of questions also concerning what BBs will work in this. I've seen a lot of reviews on these, not a ton of reviews, but a couple of them on YouTube that say some BBs will not work in these. Now I've only found that the G&G 0.28 gram BBs work no problems in here. I've tried Valken, I've tried Elite Force, I've tried all the name brands that are out today. These feed no problem through these. I mean, it may have one or two have stuck, but that was about it. I've had no problems with name brand BBs getting jammed up in here. Also, something you need to be aware about is the feedlet is proprietary to this magazine. If you play a lot of indoor CQB or if you play outdoor with a lot of concrete and you drop this guy straight on its head, you could damage it and break it, and you will need to go to either ProWin and pick it up yourself or go pick it up overseas like eHobby Asia, which right now they are currently out of stock. So be very wary of where you're playing with these and how you're dropping them if they fall out of your pouch. So that means, like we said, buy good pouches so they do not fall out, because it is proprietary to this magazine. And they can run you a pretty penny to replace these because they only come in packs of 3. So with all in all, with that said, these are great magazines to take with you in the airsoft battlefield, reducing weight instead of having to carry your standard TM or WE high cap mags, because these can run your belt down very heavily. Yeah. So picking up these guys, you're going to reduce a lot of weight, and you can hold more gas, which is essential when you're playing on the airsoft battlefield.
Another concern, actually, I just thought of now that you mentioned more gas, it would seem to me like these would have better cold weather performance.
They do.
Because they have higher volume.
They do. In some testings that I've seen on YouTube, now these are not my own testing, I don't have a temperature gauge or anything like that, but from what I've seen on YouTube is when you fill this guy up, and it stays right about 25 degrees Celsius, after shooting a couple shots on semi on a high kappa, it still stays on the same Celsius, about 25. It dropped down to maybe like 24, I think, is what I've seen. And then shooting it on with a high kappa 45 extreme, which does shoot full auto, it only dropped down to 19 degrees Celsius. So you do have a lot better temperature regulations on these magazines. So it's really cool.
Awesome. Well, I guess that's about all that needs to be said then.
Absolutely.
They're great magazines. They're expensive, but you get what you pay for.
Exactly, just like your Die-4 mask.
Yep. Awesome.
All right, my name's Andre.
I'm E-House.
And thanks for watching SpeedSim.
Peace.